Morning, folks. It's me again, Shannon Fox here, Devoted Patriots 2 channel. I got a few things I want to talk about, but first let me get into some news real quick. Let me just say it's great news that Ghislaine Maxwell just got her 20-year sentence for being a part of that whole creep show pimp game with Epstein. And I'm glad to see her get the full measure of the sentence. They could have given her two 20-year sentences as far as I'm concerned. She needs to spend the rest of her life in prison. For being a pimp and taking advantage of these girls all this time. Just plumb sad, plumb shameful. Now, let me let y'all know there's a lot of primary races going on right now. They're actually still in process of the counting. They're at like 80% in Illinois on some of the races and a few other states as well. It's going to be actually a big next couple of days for the primaries when the results actually come out. I did see that Tennessee put a 6 weeks ban on abortions to take effect immediately. A lot of these states are getting on board with this, with their decision on how they're going to handle this Roe versus Wade decision. And so a lot of the states are starting to shore up their laws as far as the abortion goes. Now, I did get suckered into watching that J6 thing yesterday. I heard Adam Schiff and a couple of the other pundits over on like CNN and stuff say, "Oh, this is going to be the biggest breaking news ever. We got some more information about Trump. We got some evidence now, finally." I'm thinking, yeah, right. Well, I watched it just to see what the big hoopla of it was, because a week ago they were saying, "Oh, we got nothing left to talk about. We need to go ahead and disband this thing." And then days later, Adam Schiff's going, "We got more stuff. We got more stuff." Well, the more stuff was this lady named, I'm going to call her Cassidy Smolett. Jesse Smollett's cousin, sister, I don't know. But she acting just like him. Now, she has already lied several times. Her statements were more than anything hearsay of somebody else and her opinion about some hearsay. The more I listened to it, the more I realized, oh, wow, this lady's lying her ass off. And she has zero proof of it at all. And Trump basically said she wanted to work for me. He said, "I don't really know her." He said, "But she wanted to work for me." And didn't work out that way. Didn't work out. But at any rate, this Cassidy Smollett, under oath, is lying. And she's being defended by Brett Baer on Fox. He says he defends her and says that all the things she said are probably true. She's trying to say that Trump tried to grab the steering wheel from the back of the beast, which is the motorcade car that he rides in, presidential limo. Well, I don't think you can actually reach the steering wheel from the back seat of the presidential limo. Me personally, I looked at a photograph of that thing, and I don't think it's even possible. But at any rate, she had several lies that she spouted out about Trump, and they're already having disputes over testimony from the driver and other people as well. And it says Cassidy Hutchins' lawyer stands by her testimony on Trump and the Secret Service driver that was almost had a wreck because Trump tried to grab the steering wheel because he's the president. That's what she said. Now let me go ahead and get into a little more of it. I watched the whole thing, and there's no doubt about it. She lied her ass off, and it was a NothingBurger. It was a surprise, nothing new. It was just a whole bunch of lies as far as I could tell. She lied about a handwritten note in a testimony. Liz Cheney probably knew it was a lie. And it was, Liz Cheney knew it was a lie because the actual author of the note testified it was a lie. And it was his. Now, let's see here. It says, January 6th committee, surprise witness gets caught. U.S. Secret Service source denies Trump tried to grab the steering wheel and are willing to testify. They are trying to smear Jenny Thomas, Clarence Thomas' wife as well. And she has some response to the request for the J6 for her to appear. And that's about all I got for you on that, other than the fact that they suckered me into watching that crap. My wife watched it, I watched it. Wait, about this gun. But I did get one great thing done out of all this J6 crap. My wife is so sick because she watches ABC. Uh, my wife is so sick of this J6 committee crap, and she thought, "Oh, good, it's off the TV for a couple of days." That was a couple of days ago. Well, last night they put the stuff back on, come back out with the hearsay and the lies and the corroborated mess that they are trying to turn into a story. Well, I've now got my wife watching a little bit of Newsmax. She's like, "Oh, it's a lot more informative over here. Wow, I don't think they have said a bad thing about Trump in the whole time that the episode's been on." She's not used to watching news that doesn't have Orange Man bad in their mantra at every other sentence. You know, ABC is probably one of the worst, and she watches them. But they, between David Muir and George Stephanopoulos and Jonathan Karl, who writes books about the insurrection, these folks are pushing the lie to the fullest. And I'm just glad to see. My wife's like, "What you got over on that other news station, the National Report or Newsmax? I'm sick of this J6 crap." And I realized she is like, not to call her a Democrat, but she is like a lot of these people that are independents and Democrats. They're just like, "I've seen enough. I'm over it. I'm over it. Oh my God, they're lying again." And they're changing the channel. They're turning it off. They're looking for new news sources that's not pumping this stuff down their throat. I don't care if you believe Trump did something awful on J6. Do you really want to watch this stuff in unison for months? I don't think anybody does, and I know it's taking a hit on them on the ratings, and I'm glad for that. But this NothingBurger of a whistleblower come out with some more accusations with zero proof. She had no proof of anything. Everything she said, this is what I caught out of it. Everything she said, she had no way to prove. She's like, "I heard this. Well, an unmentioned name and source that I can't mention also told me this. I was led to believe." When you start a sentence like that, you don't know what you're talking about. When you say we've got an anonymous source, it means there is no source. And that's what ABC is great at. Lying their ass off without actually. Oh, and the other one was Trump knew there was weapons at the Capitol, and Trump tried to go. Trump didn't have any issues with that, and he was trying to go to the Capitol. I believe part of it. I believe he was trying to go to the Capitol before the insurrection happened. But as far as Trump weighing in on people with weapons and all of that, and somehow it's his fault that he didn't stop the people with the weapons because he said something about "they're not here to get me" or something. There was some more of that hearsay crap. Truth be known, you can use the word weapon any way you want to. You could say somebody that was carrying a flag on a pole was toting a weapon. So technically, the word weapon is a broad term and can be used. Somebody carrying a cane to the Capitol could have used it as a weapon. It could be technically a weapon. So when they're saying Trump knew about the weapons, well, that's just a vague statement. And it's actually kind of hard to deny something like that, because the truth of the matter is there was possibly people that had canes and flagpoles and even possibly weapons on them. But who really knows? There was thousands and thousands of people there, and I'm sure Trump was not counting the people that had weapons and didn't have weapons. I think he was a little busy that day, and I think all this extra crap about the weapons is just to try to throw a little more mud in his direction, and it ain't working out too well. So this whole thing, this NothingBurger that Adam Schiff, "Oh, we got great news, we got more stuff on Trump." This has turned out to be a lie and a NothingBurger just immediately. And I did watch it, and I can just say that's enough for me. Great thing is, though, my wife quit watching it. My wife's like, "I can't do it anymore. I'm so sick of this crap. It's on every station every minute of the day. I can't even get away from it on the commercials." I'm like, "I know." She's like, "Let's start watching your news. This stuff sucks." I'm like, "Alrighty. I got one. That's great. Now if I can just get her to go vote with me and get her to register and go vote with me in November, that will be awesome as well." I'm working on it, folks. Pray for me. I'm going to try to get her there. Get her off that mainstream mainstream media. They suck. They lie. And she's figuring it out. Slowly but surely, she's realizing these folks ain't doing nothing but hating. And I think that turns more people off than most people realize. Now, I had a little more news I wanted to talk about before I get off here, before this thing shuts off on me. And I will leave links down below to some of these great articles about the lie, the sham, the J6 crap. And let's see here. What was I going to say? Oh, in these primary races, I did find out that Lauren Boebert won her primary election in Colorado. Great job. I like Lauren Boebert. She is a fire-breathing dragon when it comes to telling the truth, talking shit about the Democrats. I'm almost cussing myself. But at any rate, she is one that I was hoping would retain her job, keep her primary position, or keep her position, be the primary challenger for the right, and she made it. That's awesome. Now, Trump also endorsed Mary Miller out of Illinois, and she defeated Rodney Davis in the primary as well. And Trump endorsed gubernatorial candidate Darren Bailey, also won as well. So Trump's got several more. And since primary races started this week, these primary races have started this week, he's got several more coming on into the fold under his endorsement. Now, Oklahoma primaries, Rhino Senator Langford wins. Mark Wayne Mullen also wins, and he was the guy that defended Ashley Babbitt's murder. Actually, he didn't win. He's leads in the Senate race. I apologize for that. That's a little early to call him the winner yet, but we'll see how that goes. Let's see here. I think that's about it as far as election news. I had one more article I wanted to bring you on, and I'm just scrolling looking for it. Oh, here it is. Announcement: the Gateway Pundit and the Real America Voice to host a televised Missouri GOP Senate debate July 11th at 7 p.m. If you live in Missouri, you want to see that debate, it will be over here on the Gateway, like I said, and Real America's Voice as well. And that's about all I got for you folks as far as what's going on in the news. A lot of these primary races are still up in the air, and they haven't called them at 100%, so I don't really want to report on them yet because I don't want to give you false information or even false hope. So let's just wait till tomorrow or this evening till we get some better results on finding out how many more Trump-endorsed Republicans got their spot in the primary races. Like, subscribe, and share. Devoted Patriots. I hope everybody's having a great day. Over and out.